Okay, so we've got a question here. Suppose demand and supply are given. QDX equals 14 minus half PX and QSX equals half 1/4 PX minus 1. Determine the equilibrium price and quantity. Show the equilibrium graphical. Okay, so first things first, we need to get our equilibrium price and quantity. So at equilibrium, quantity demanded QD equals QS. Quantity demanded equals quantity supplied. All right. So we need to equate these equations here. All right. So our demand function, we can convert this half into a decimal and this 1/4 to into a decimal because decimals are much friendlier to use and less work compared to fractions. So this becomes 14 minus 0.5 px equals 1/4, that is 0.25 px minus 1. So basically here we're just trying to find the value of px, the value, the price of good x basically. After find that value, we can be able now to calculate the equilibrium quantity. So here we just have to group like terms together. So this negative 0.5 px crosses over the equal sign, and this negative 1 also crosses over the equal sign. So here we have 14 plus 1 equals 0.25 px plus 0.5 px. So 14 plus 1, that is 15. Excuse me. 0.25 plus 0.5, that is 0.75 px. So to get the value of px, divide both sides by 0.75, multiply both sides by 0.75. What is 15 divided by 0.75? Not mistaken, it should be 20. Okay, yes. So the price of good, the equilibrium price of good X is 20. Then this Px equals 20 can be substituted into either the demand or the supply function. Okay, you will still get the same value. So if we put it in the demand function here, where there's Px, we substitute it with 20. So in our demand function, Qd equals 14 minus 0.5 px. We substitute px with 20, so it's 14 minus 0.5 Zero point 0.5 times 20, that is 10. 14 minus 10, that is 4. So the equilibrium quantity is 4 units. Any questions? Excuse me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, graphing it, we can start with the demand function. Very easy to graph the demand function. You can just look at, you can find the intercepts, okay? So that you don't have to start plotting a lot of points. So we can start with our demand function, okay? Here, which is Q equals 14 minus 0.5 px, all right? So what you can do, since you wanted the intercepts, you can start by saying, okay, if Q equals 0, what will be Px? Okay, if Q equals 0, what will be Px? So let's see, Px is going to be this. So when we make Q 0, our equation becomes 0 equals 14 minus 0.5 Px. Okay, so we have to group or separate. These are not like terms, so we can separate them. All right. So this negative 0.5 px, we can just take it over the equal sign. This 0, you can take it over this side, but it will have no effect. So we can just swap. So here it becomes 0.5 px equals 14 minus 0. Since we've taken this 0 this side, okay, 14 minus 0, that gives us 14. Then we divide both sides by 0.5. So px divided by 0.5, or 14 divided by 0.5, that is 28. So when q equals 0, the price is 28. So on our demand function, you say, okay, here is 28. When q equals 0, price is 28. So this is your first point here. Any questions before I get to the next point? Okay. The next point, you say, okay, when px equals 0, okay, when px equals 0, what is q? So in our demand function, 0.5 times 0, since px is 0, that is 0. 14 minus 0, you get 14. So quantity demanded is 14 when price is 0. And you just connect the dots. Well, it's kind of been my line, but yes, and you just connect the dots. That's for the demand function. Same thing also so for the supply function. Okay. Now the supply function, because it is going upward sloping, so there's only one intercept. It's the intercept when qx equals 0. So for the supply function, which is q equals 0.25 px minus 1. So you're going to say, okay, when q or when px equals 0, so it will have 0.25 times 0 minus 1. So 0.25 times 0, that is 0. 0 minus 1, that is negative 1. So here our Q function is starting from negative 1 here. When price equals 0, okay, Px is 0 along the x-axis. So here, the first point will be here, point 1. Okay, then you can find another point, let's say, since we're reaching up to 14 here, so when Px, so we started with 0, we can use also when Px equals 10, so that you connect the 2 points. When Px equals 10, what will be our Q? So you substitute it back into our supply function, 0.25 times 10 minus 1. So 0.25 times 10, that's 2.5. 2.5 minus 1, that is 1.5. So here when Px is 10, Q is 1.5. So if you can estimate, you can say 1.5 is somewhere here. So this is your next point. Okay, then you can just still draw a straight and upward line like this. If you want, you can find 2 more points. All right. Yes. Then your equilibrium, where quantity demanded and quantity supplied, they intersect. That would be your equilibrium price. So here this is 20, and price is 20, and here it will be 4 here. We're plotting the graph, so we're just getting numbers. Okay. Yes, yes. So you for the supply function, just get at least maybe 3 points or 2 points. Then you can connect them with a straight diagonal line. Okay. So we can pause here for today. No, we solved it. 20 and 4. What are these calculations here?